guys, it's Ruthie with the Pople Backyard Farm, and it's harvest season. So this is how we roll. We cannot grow half of the things that we have here for as cheap as we can get it at the food auction. We do grow things and we go to the food auction. It all depends on what we're doing. So yesterday, and we do this every single week during the harvest, and sometimes when it's not harvest, because they put things in cold storage, probably up to a year. A lot of this food that you buy in the grocery store, if it's not in season, it's been in cold storage. Not everything. But anyway, here's the deal. I set up my kitchen for this project because I knew that I would be in the kitchen for weeks with this. So I have my dehydrators out, my pans out, some of my jars. I mean, this stuff is like all throughout my house. It's just it is what it is. So anyway, yesterday, just to give you an idea, I got tons of tomatoes. This stuff is all over my kitchen and my office and on the countertops, on the stoves. So I got tomatoes, kale. This is just a sampling. Bread, which is super soft. Green beans, peppers are on the floor in the other room, homemade breads, apples, and just tons of food for peanuts at the food auction. Now, if you're going to go to a food auction, I got a little bit of advice for you. Don't get bitter's fever and don't bite off more than you can chew, because this is my project for all week long. It's fun for me, but it may not be fun for you because not everybody wants to sit and chop vegetables 24/7 and getting things done and all that. So if you decide you want to check out the food auctions, pick a few items that you think you may be interested in dehydrating or canning and go for it. You also have to be careful when you're bidding. You don't want to bid high and come home and not get good deals because, we sit there every week, and some people actually pay more than they would buy in the grocery store. You gotta know your what your needs are and about the pricing that you can pay. I mean, Clay and I will sit and lose something over 50 cents or 25 cents many times, and we just feel like, well, that's the deal for somebody else, but it's just the way that we bid. And so we get usually a room full of vegetables for 50 bucks. We usually pay about $30 when we go to the auction. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've got, like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 big things of tomatoes. And I only got 2 that were not good, but we're talking these big old buckets here. And so, like I said, it's all what you want to do, but like I wanted to make spaghetti sauce, and Clay just said, it's not worth it, Ruthie. It's not worth it. You can get it at the store too cheap. So we're going to be dehydrating and doing other things with our tomatoes, but you have to kind of know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's not to your benefit, because then you have to buy the vegetables and do the work. So you got to take into consideration how cheap the vegetables are and your time. Me, I work from my home, so I have always been a really super busy worker, so to speak, so I can do a lot of things, that a lot of people can't do. Some people can't tolerate the mess all week either, because it is messy, because you have all that stuff out, and you have to, keep your house kind of cool, because you don't want the vegetables to ripen too fast and things like that. So yeah, I open my windows overnight, and then I work really fast, and but that's what I do. So just a couple thoughts on it. But look up food auctions in your area. You may find there's a good auction, and I will caution you on this too. Not all auctions are good. Some auctions are great, some are good for a season, and then they get not good. I saw some of that with the animal auction. The animal auction was pretty good, and then all of a sudden something that was going for $2 a few years ago is going for $25 now. So, those are things to think about. But a lot of times there's little stands on the corner, and you know, you might know people. A lot of times people have extra tomatoes, and especially tomatoes, and they're willing to, you know, give them up for you. And I would suggest, if you're new to any of this, the best place to start is dehydrating. It's so easy. We got our dehydrators at Walmart for 44 bucks and they work fine. The other thing is canning. I was terrified of canning, but honestly it's not that hard. But for me, I mean, I've been married to Clay almost going on 5 years, and you know, this is probably the first year that I feel like totally confident to probably can all by myself. And I know it sounds funny, but it's just, you know, being raised in the suburbs, you know, I always thought canning, you know, oh, botulism, you know, but it's not that big of a deal. So, but you do need to make sure you take safety precautions. But if you're new to this and you want to get into it, but you're not sure, you know, how to do it, start with dehydrating. The food lasts about 20 years. Do your research, do your homework, and you can get a cheap dehydrator at Walmart for, I mean, might be, like I said, about 40 bucks. And we have 3 of them, and I love them. But they work fine, and we haven't had any problems with them at all. So they will heat up your house, so, so I'll caution you on that. So they will make your house hot. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Any thoughts? Greatly appreciated. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.